Hello there, ladies. This is Sami Wunder checking in live, your dating and relationship coach for the smart, powerful, high achieving women who don't want to be just fiercely successful in their careers, but also want to be fiercely loved in their romantic relationships. And this live stream is a very special live stream today because I am going to be bringing for you one of my successful client stories. And I really believe it is one thing to constantly hear about the ring and the success, and it's a completely different thing to actually watch one of my clients, talk to one of my clients, connect with one of my clients who has navigated this work all the way from being poorly treated by men, all the way from having her heart broken to navigating her way to the ring and to her soulmate love. So I know that a lot of the times when strong and successful women hear the use of the narrative, the ring, they're like, oh, but love is not just about the ring, it's about so much more, and I completely agree. But the ring really is symbolic of the inner work journey and the commitment to herself that a woman has made to love herself fiercely, to really truly embody her feminine energy in the world of men. And this is why the ring is symbolic. It's symbolic of how much inner work a woman has put in herself in order to bring in that amazing man, that amazing relationship into her life. So I'm really excited to get this client on board today, and I am going to see if they are available online, because this is what this live stream is there for. So Lisette, I am going to tag you into this live stream. Let's see how this goes, ladies. Just be patient. And I am going to get Lisette to come join us. So I don't know, she still is not able to join us. I'm going to send her a message, but I am going to wait for her because she's right now here and not able to join the live stream. So let's see, Lisette, where are you, darling? So it's actually 4 a.m. where she is. Lisette is in California. I think Lisette is in California. And she is so sweet. She is waking up early in the morning to do this for us before she goes to work. And as I see, she is definitely online. She's just having a little technical issue here. So while we figure out what's going on for her, I want to tell you a little bit about her. So Lisette is one of my clients, who has always been a strong and successful woman at her career. So she is, has a good job, and she was someone who was struggling a lot in her love life. And when she first came to me, and joined my Wunder Divas Facebook group, my private group, where okay, so she's saying that she's there, but she doesn't see me live. So I wonder what's going on. So just one moment. So she was one of those women who actually had given up on love when she came to me. So she was so fed up of struggling with men, and she was so fed up of even believing that things could change for her, or things could happen differently for her, that she was just a mere spectator of my work. And somehow, by watching my posts and my videos and all the information I give on the Wunder Divas group, she started to get more and more motivated, and she jumped into one of my smaller programs. And of course, we don't know what we don't know. So it's very easy when you're outside of this work to sit there and assume that, this love is never going to work out for you. Relationships are never going to work out for you. Men are hard to read. Men are unpredictable. Men are, they're confusing creatures. And it's so much easier to give up on love than to believe that maybe, just maybe, there is something I don't know here. Yeah. Maybe there is just something that I don't know here, and if I raised my awareness and if I understood the skills of love, then maybe I am able to master this field of love, right? Now, a lot of us have this limiting belief, as I like to call it, that relationships are supposed to work out on their own, and relationships are given by God and given by fate, and so we just have to go out there and be ourselves, and our relationships should work out. Yeah, so let's see if Lisette is here again. Okay, so Lisette is here and she's watching, but she is saying that her internet is really bad. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so what we're gonna do, ladies, I'm just gonna tell you about Lisette now that we're all here. This is a bit of life happening on live stream. And we're gonna get another video to be recorded with Lisette and send it across here, okay? Because I don't want to waste this opportunity of having everyone here and actually sharing what I was sharing. So basically, we have this limiting belief that relationships are given by God, and all we have to do is get out there and be ourselves, and we'll attract that man. Now, here's why this is a limiting belief. It's a limiting belief because what does it mean to be yourself? Sometimes who we are and what we bring into our relationships is actually a pot of triggers, a pot of emotional reactive responses, a pot of bad learned habits. Maybe we didn't have good role models in our parents. Maybe we didn't see good, examples of love in our childhood. And, we learned all kinds of wrong concepts about what love looks like and how a man falls in love. So maybe our moms were an overgiver. And so as little children, we saw our mothers overgive to our fathers. And then we assumed that that was love and that was what love looked like. And then we grew up and we brought all those habits and we brought all those beliefs into our love life, into our dating interactions with men, into our marriage. And then when things didn't work out, we assumed that something was wrong with us, or we assumed that, men can't handle me, or I'm too strong for men, or, all those kind of limiting beliefs, right? And usually this is a block that comes up for us when we are believing that you've got to be who you are. You've got to be who you are, right? So yes, you've got to be who you are, but you first have to have an awareness of what you have picked up that is unhealthy for you. What have you picked up? What habits, what beliefs, what do you believe to be true about love? What do you believe to be true about relationships? What is all that stuff that you have picked up on the way without even being aware of it? Right? And that is what you're projecting into the world of men and relationships. That is what you're bringing into the world of men and relationships. And if you don't become extremely self-aware and you don't identify these bad habits, so to speak, you can just go on in this cycle of repeating those bad patterns and repeating those unhealthy behaviors in relationships. And you can just keep going on in that hamster wheel and never figure out what is going wrong. So this belief that I just will be myself and a man has to accept me exactly the way I am is a tricky belief to have, because there is definitely an element of, yes, you have to be yourself, you have to be authentic, but most of the times the beliefs and patterns we have picked up from our childhood are actually taking us away from who we truly are. Okay, so they're making us a woman that we were not born as. We were not born overgivers. We were not born guarded. We were not born being tough cookies on the outside. We were born being happy, and we were born being soft, and we were born being love, and we were born feeling deserving of all the good things in life, right? That's how we were born. But if you have picked up those unhealthy beliefs since childhood, where mommy was overgiving to daddy, where verbal abuse was part of a healthy relationship, or where the man was wearing the skirt and the mama was wearing the pants. So if you've grown up believing all of that and seeing all of that for no fault of yours, right? For no fault of yours, and also for no fault of our parents and our our caregivers, because remember, at all times we are all doing the best we can do given on the level of awareness we have, right? So through this work, one of the most fundamental things I teach my clients is to not assume that your dream relationship is going to be created just by being who you are, right? It's going to be created through self-awareness. It's going to be created by you working on the beliefs that you carry, the things that you believe to be true about marriage, about commitment, about men, about yourself, about what you deserve. And all of that stuff is what we work to raise your awareness on, right? Because once you become aware, that is when you can start making choices in your relationships, right? That is when you're not on autopilot behaviors anymore, and you're actually feeling empowered to choose in the moment, not this response, but another response, a more healthy response, right? So this work sometimes can feel overwhelming and sometimes can feel really intimidating, but actually it's all about going deeper within ourselves. And that's also more or less the story of Lisette, her connection. She's watching us right now. I'm going to check again if I can bring her online, but I think her connection is not strong enough today, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is record a video for you and get her interview to be seen by you. But Lisette's story is basically one of going from heartbreak. Hey Cindy, hey Pallavi, everyone joining, Jennifer, nice to see all of you. So Lisette's story is that she was doing my smaller programs, and then once you have done the smaller programs and you have an idea of what my core principles are, then of course implementation is where the support is needed. So it's one thing to understand the work in theory, and it's another whole level to actually implement the work and to actually have the awareness to implement it in your day-to-day life and to implement it in your interactions with others, interactions with men. So that's where Lisette came to me. Hey Hillary, darling, welcome. So that's when Lisette came to me and she said, Sami, I have tried everything, nothing has worked. I like you, I believe in you, I really like your energy, and I'm willing to give this a try, and please let me know what you recommend for me. And I recommended her my group coaching program, Inner Circle, because it's one of the most affordable ways of having access to me over a longer period of time. And Lisette also had issues with, how much she could afford to spend. She was hugely in debt and she was shaking and trembling at the thought of buying or investing in yet another program because she had so much heartbreak and so much sort of lack of results from everything else she had done before. Well, Lisette's Inner Circle journey was pretty intense and amazing. She actually attracted a great man, and within 3 months they were in an exclusive relationship. And I remember Lisette saying, thank you Sami, this is amazing and this feels so good, and he's treating me so well and he really does everything and he is just something I had never experienced before. Now, those of you who know my work, I teach the no girlfriend speech, and I teach how, if you're going for the bigger commitment, then and you're in your late 30s and you're looking to settle down, get married, have children, then actually the girlfriend is, not a very nice stage for you to be in. So I remember at this point, Lisette's confidence really shaking because she said yes to being a girlfriend, which is actually fine if you know how to navigate it and you're confident about it. But I remember her confidence really shook as if she had done something wrong. And then we had a conversation around it. I said, no, it's absolutely okay if you want to be girlfriend and you're happy being girlfriend. And, you navigate your relationship from here onwards, from girlfriend status. But things started to turn around for Lisette in the bad direction really, really fast. So all this was happening within the Inner Circle because it's a longer term group coaching program. It's 6 months of live support and it has all my smaller programs attract your soulmates forever, date like a diva dating toolkit, all of that stuff in the background that you get access to. And it's only 3,000 euros for 6 months of live coaching support like this, right? Live through live streams, and through also Thursday check-ins where my coaches that I have trained, they will come and support you within the group. Yeah, so back to Lisette. Her relationship took a bad turn, and he basically, after she said yes to being girlfriend, he basically started to reduce his effort. He started to call her less. He started to plan less dates. The frequency of communication really dropped, and Lisette couldn't figure out what was going wrong, and she got into this really fearful, scared, insecure, reactive space, which I think is normal for any woman who starts to believe that this is safe and this is good and this is my man and he loves me and he cares about me. And then, you know, things start to turn around. And let's see, I see Lisette is also here. Oh my God, let's see if Lisette can be added. Lisette to come on the video. You see, this is technology. If it works, it works. So I don't know if her internet is strong enough, but it's saying adding. So Lisette, I've sent you a request, my darling. It should show up on your phone, and if it doesn't show up, then we will just carry on. It's telling me that it's adding you, so try it out again. Yeah, so basically this man started fizzling away, and Lisette had such a hard time, you know, all those things that I ask women not to do, teach women not to do, you know, don't bring up the relationship talk, don't tell him why you're not calling, why you're not texting. All of that stuff happened for Lisette, okay? Like, she was in a bad space, and she thought this man was, you know, the one for her, and then things were not working out, and it was a really hard space for her to be in. And I remember her energy dipping a lot. So in one of my programs for single women, I talk about the process of manifestation and bridging, where we have to keep our energy really high, single women, and we don't have to, you know, of course we're gonna have dips where we doubt if we are ever going to be able to attract a man, our man, and we're gonna have, you know, doubts around all of that stuff, but this stage should not last for too long, right? So I talk about bridging, and Lisette's energy really dropped after this experience, after this heartbreak, so to speak. And I remember she was in such a bad space where she literally stopped posting on the group, got really quiet, thought that she was really you know, negative and nothing is going to ever work out for her. And then we had to really remind her, and that's where having support is so important, ladies. I know so many of my high achieving clients, they think they can all do it by themselves, and they probably can. I mean, they're really smart women, and they can just go download Leap into Love from my website, my advanced inner work program, and then just work through everything themselves. But the truth is that, you know, as human beings, we need support. And it's so much harder to do this by yourself. And that's why it's so precious to have that support in your harder moments. And actually, many times in the harder moments when we have the support, it makes you know, it shrinks our timeline of struggle. So maybe if you did it by yourself, you do it in 10 years, but if you do it in a support group or you do it with support from a coach, you'll probably do it in 2 years, in 1 year, like Lisette did it in 1 year, right? So it was really, I remember because I was actually concerned for her well-being while she was in the group, because I knew how hard the breakup was for her. And nevertheless, long story short, Lisette got her energy back. She got her energy back, and she is also, you know, listening to my affirmations, and, you know, we had to tell her constantly, just because this one's broken, this one's broken doesn't mean that, doesn't mean that there is no man out there for you, right? So, you ladies are saying it stopped streaming. I don't know what's happening, ladies. I hope I hope, can you see me now? Everything's running okay from my side, so I don't know what's happening for all of you, but I'm here. So, well, long story short, Lisette got her feet back together, got her energy back together, put herself back in the dating world. And today, 4 months later, literally 4 months later, I think, Lisette, how many months later was it? You're here right now live. You can tell us in the comments. Yeah. So Lisette got back herself in the dating world, and it took a lot out of her. I could see that heartbreak from that man took a lot out of her, but she did not give up. She did not give up, and she went back there, and there was a time when she felt like Sami is just saying this to be nice to me. I really don't think there's anyone out there for me, right? So it took a lot out of her to get herself back there. And 3 or 4 months later, when we have Lisette's interview, we will be happy to share with you her exact 3 or 4 month journey with her wonderful soulmate. But she gave the no girlfriend speech with a lot of confidence. Yeah, 4 months. So in the comments she's saying 4 months, right? So after 4 months she gave the no girlfriend speech, and she got the most amazing loving proposal for her from her soulmate, her loving fiance now. And he treats her like a queen, and I see pictures of them on Facebook, and you know, him picking her up and having her in his arms, and there's so much love, and there's so much truth and authenticity and just genuine feeling out there. It's such a pleasure to see this woman have this love in her life today. And I am very proud of Lisette, and I am very proud of all the work, all the inner work she has done on herself. She invested in Leap Into Love as well, which is what she did in the background as part, which is my advanced inner work program for single women. And I think the biggest message here is that when you feel like giving up, when you feel like it's all over, and when you feel like there's really nothing, no hope for you, when you feel like all men are this bad, and like unpredictable, and relationships are too hard, and you're never going to be able to figure out, that is actually the time you don't want to give up. Yeah, that is actually the time you don't want to give up. That is the time you want to ask for help. You want to ask for support. Because I tremble and I shake to hear and think and imagine that a woman like Lisette would have given up after that heartbreak from the man who went from, you know, treating her like a queen to treating her very poorly within a few weeks, right? If this woman, this lovely, beautiful woman, had let that man define her desires, and had let that man define her vision and belief of what she is capable of what she's deserving of, then she would not be where she is today. Okay, she would not be where she is today. So it's very important that in the moments, ladies, when we feel like it's never gonna work out, or we feel like we are incapable, which is not true, it's just a limiting belief, it's just a lie you're telling yourself. Or when you start to be like, okay, this is my last resort option, and you know, Sami is just being kind to me and encouraging me and telling me love is possible for me because that's her job. It's not true. You are all born on this planet to experience love. How can someone not be deserving of love? I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? How can someone not be born to experience love? It's the most healing, the most powerful, the most amazing thing out there, right? And to share your life with a partner, to share your life with someone who sees your magnificence and supports your magnificence and really walks every day of life with you, supports you in your career, wants to have children with you, you know, this is life changing, this is life transforming. And what is so important is in that moment of love is not for me, I'm never gonna get this right, this is not gonna ever happen for me, don't put yourself in that frame of mind. See and recognize if you're in that frame of mind. See if you're being harsh on yourself. See if you are repeating this bullshit, as I call it, to yourself. Take hold of your inner chatter and ask for help. Ladies, yesterday itself, I had a conversation with a beautiful woman who said to me, I just asked her, hey, how are you doing? And she said, I'm on the verge of divorce. And I literally wrote back to her, oh my God, how did you get here? And why didn't you ask for help? And this is where our ego comes in. And so our ego chatter can come in either to beat ourselves up. Love is not for you. You're never going to get this right. Don't even try. Don't even, dream of the grand love. Or our ego chatter, as strong and successful women, can come in with, I know this stuff. I know how to do relationships. I've done this program and I know how to do it. Now, you only know how to do it if you're able to create the kind of results that you want in your life. And if you're not able to create those kind of results that you want in your life, if you're constantly fighting and arguing with your husband or your boyfriend, if you're constantly having such a hard time in your marriage or in your relationship that you're constantly coming to a place of, which is not feeling good, then you don't know, period. Really, period. If you know, you are able to implement. And if you're not able to implement, then it's so much more powerful to actually be humble and go into that space of, okay, what is there to learn? And I can tell you that, I consider myself highly gifted and highly intuitive, and I have helped over 106 women now create, have engagements, and I've been called Get the Ring Coach by Daily Mail. But I can tell you, ladies, that I never ever stop learning. I never ever stop learning. There is always self-reflection. There is always how can I do this better? What is the equation here? What is missing? How can I learn more? I constantly invest in myself. I constantly work with the best mentors, because this is, self-growth and self-awareness is not, it's not a destination. It's a journey, and it's a journey you want to constantly be on, and you don't want to let your ego dictate the shots. You want your higher self to dictate the shots. You want that woman who is hungry for transformation, who is hungry for knowledge, who is hungry for going deeper, to call the shots in your life, right? So we don't want our ego to come and tell us we know everything. And so yesterday, this lovely, lovely lady, we said, okay, let's put you in the inner circle. Let's get talking about what's going on in your marriage, right? So this issue about asking for help is such a big one. It's such a big one. When we have a disease, we don't try to self-diagnose and give ourselves medicines, but somehow with our relationships, we do that, right? And I find this really dangerous. I find this dangerous because you can sometimes sabotage a thing that is so good, not because you want to, but of course because there's just deeper and deeper and deeper levels to go at, which marriages and relationships require us to go into. Our partners, our men, they trigger us like nobody else triggers us out there, right? And that is a call for going deeper within ourselves. That is a call for taking personal responsibility in the situations that are coming up in our marriage or in our relationship. And to say, okay, how can I do this better? What can I do better here, right? So this kind of non-egoistical, continuous journey of self-evolution and learning is so important. And I am so glad, in case of Lisette, she didn't conclude that love was not for her, although she was highly tempted to. And I'm also so glad that my client yesterday decided to, jump into the inner circle, ask the right questions, take help in spite of the resistance, in spite of the ego that says, oh, I'm going to do it myself. And if he doesn't listen to me, I'm just going to divorce him. I'm just going to leave him, right? That's not how we treat our precious relationships. We give them love, we give them respect, and more than anything, before we take such a drastic step, please, ladies, reach out for help, reach out for help, reach out for help. it's such a big message. And Lisette, I'm so glad that you reached out for help, that you didn't give up when you felt like giving up. And I know those moments occur all the time. They come all the time when you just feel like, okay, I'm done with this crap. This is not for me. I'm just gonna shut this. I'm gonna leave Wunder Divas and get the hell out of here, right? So this is, one of the core messages again. Don't give up when it feels the hardest. In fact, when it feels the hardest, ask for help. When it feels the hardest, remember that you were born as love, you were born deserving of love, and it is not possible that you cannot, that the universe has chosen you to not experience love. It's bullshit. It's a limiting belief, right? So if it's feeling hard, it's a matter of getting deeper within yourself. It's a matter of learning a little more. It's a matter of taking personal responsibility without judging yourself. Now that's the topic for another live stream. It's a whole new topic where, how do you grow and learn and take responsibility for your part, your energy, your triggers in a relationship without judging yourself for it, right? So that's a whole new level, because it's very easy to blame ourselves when we start to see our patterns and we start to feel our energy. It's so easy to say the man is wrong, the man is the jerk, but it's so hard to, take ownership of our part, right? Which is what my work is about. It's about 100% personal responsibility and saying, yeah, he has his part to play, but here's my part in this equation. And Lisette is also adding in the comments right now, she's saying, I rotational dated to heal. Now that's again a huge topic. And Lisette, you and I will have to do that interview, which we promised the ladies today. So we're going to probably do it recorded. And we are going to put it out for all of you. But ladies, I'm going to end here now. I do not know what the technology issues with this live stream today were, strangely, because I have a good internet connection on my side. But very quickly, for everyone to know, my Inner Circle group coaching program, the one Lisette had joined, is my evergreen program, ever enrolling program. You don't miss out on anything once you join, no matter when you join. And it's currently running, and basically when you join it, you get 6 months of live support from me in a group of like-minded women. So you have a private, supportive Facebook community of women all doing the same work as you. We have one group of single women, so that's around 30 women right now, and we have a group of women who are in relationships and married women, that's around 18 right now. And people constantly enroll into it. It's 3,000 euros for 6 months of live support. And as I said, you also get access to all my smaller programs in the background. And I teach there every month, twice a month. I do live workshops, and I do video trainings like this. I teach you about deep topics like control, trigger management, emotional trigger management, emotional communication in relationships, softness in relationships. And for the single divas, we talk about sex and rotational dating and what it means to be the prize in love and to be the diva in love and intimacy fears. So all of that juicy stuff goes on in the group. It's a fabulous community. I am so proud of what I have built there. And the women just have one breakthrough after another, and they're so loving and so non-judgmental. It's absolutely amazing. So if you're interested in joining us, if you're in that space in your relationship, your marriage, or in your journey as a single diva where you feel like you would really love to be supported, then send me a message, or get in touch with me at sami@samiwunder.com. Send me an email, and I would love to hear from you. And I would love, I think I get so proud of a woman who writes me and says, hello, Sami, I need your help. Here's what I need, here's what I want, here's what I'm struggling with, what do you suggest? It's just really amazing. It's just refreshing. It's so powerful, because you can see that you're talking already to a woman who doesn't question that she's worthy, and she doesn't question that she doesn't deserve better. She's just struggling, and she understands that if she gets help and she tweaks her behaviors here and there, she's going to be able to get it. She's going to be able to master it. So she's doing it absolutely right, and she's doing it the feminine way by asking for help instead of trying to do it all herself and then feeling miserable and lost and burdened and overwhelmed with this work all at the same time. So if you're keen on getting into the inner circle, or you want to talk to me about it, just send me a message, and we are going to get lovely Lisette, who you can see is constantly commenting in the comments section of this live stream, but has not been able to join us because of some weird connection internet issues today. We're going to get her lovely video and success story right across to you. And I want to share this, I want to end this live stream with a sharing from my heart. Yeah, so this morning something amazing happened. I was on I was on Facebook newsfeed, and I saw Lisette with her man picking her up, and then I saw another of my clients, Lauren, also in California, in her wedding gown, marrying her, at her marriage. So Lisette met my client Lauren also at one of my LA events last year. By the way, my London event is coming on 15th September, and I'm really excited. So all the London divas, let me know in the comments if you want more information about that. It's on the 15th of September at the Shangri-La. So we're really excited. Yeah. So yeah, and I saw these two beautiful women with their lovely men, and then my Facebook inbox beeped, and another one of my clients said, "Hi Sami, I would like to have your address and send you my wedding invitation." And it was the best and most magical moment ever, ladies, because, I can't tell you the difference it makes in my life to see these real women so happily in love. They're not just in another relationship, they're not just married, they actually have men adoring them like queens and treating them like the queens that they were born as. And this brings such a joy to my heart. It almost makes me tearful, and it just so openly and hugely shows me my why I'm doing this work and why I do what I do. So I just want to end by saying this is all possible for you. It's possible for each and every one of you. And if you're struggling, please reach out, please ask for help. It's not about, nothing is wrong with you. It's all about learning the right skills. It's about making those tweaks, making those adjustments till you know how to get to your goal in the most diva and queen-like way. So lots of love to all of you ladies. If this was inspiring and felt helpful, I would love to hear from you. Give me a like on this video so that it reaches more women and more women are able to watch it. Send me some hearts. And of course, leave a comment and let me know if Lisette's story was inspiring for you and what was the one message that really stood out for you as part of this live stream. All right, my loves, here's wishing everyone huge love, success, and reach out to me about the inner circle if you know you're ready for deeper work and you know you deserve the support you do. Lots of love. Bye, everyone.